Can AI save us time and push us to think differently about project management? If AI could handle your routine tasks, what would you focus on? My name is Dr. Valerie Colon, and this is Get Started with Atlassian Intelligence.
Welcome to Atlassian Community-Led Learning, where courses meet community. More than just individuals in a virtual meeting, we're a thriving community of practice. Whether you're a seasoned expert or a curious newcomer, we invite you to share your thoughts and experiences as we navigate today's topic. If you have a question, ask it in the chat. If you know an answer, please share it. This approach moves newer users towards the inner circle, guided by those with more experience. To truly grasp the platform, we invite you to sign up for a free plan or join our demo site. Hands-on experimentation is the most effective way to learn. Let's embrace the opportunity to harness our collective knowledge, connect, and most importantly, have fun. Because learning together is a journey of endless possibilities. For information on where to view a recording of this session or download a copy of the presentation, please see the course resources.
We have a lot of great people on today, so pick their brains. We got Tom is our guest star for today, but we also have John Funk. We have Sean Doyle. Today we're breaking it down into 3 separate areas. We're going to first build some background knowledge to set the foundation of what is Atlassian Intelligence, what is Rovo, and then we're going to demonstrate use. And this is across 20 different features within 3 different apps. So it's pretty intense, but I've squished it down into an 8-minute video, which I think was pretty impressive. And then we'll have an opportunity to do some comprehension games, some conversations. While you're watching, while you're engaging, get into the apps, play around, see what's working for you, what's not working for you, and then you'll have an opportunity to dive a little deeper in our breakout sessions. And then we'll have a debrief and everything will be all right.
To create our foundation, let's build product knowledge. After that, we'll play a review game to check comprehension. Throughout the session, I invite you to share your thoughts and questions in the chat. Atlassian Intelligence encompasses all the AI-driven tools in the Atlassian ecosystem. As you listen, think about the project management tasks that consume most of your time. This will help you identify opportunities to integrate AI into your workflows. I've added a prompt in our course resources for you to try later in your favorite GPT. Remember, the more detail you provide in your job description, the more helpful the response will be. Atlassian Intelligence uses large language models to analyze team interactions and create a custom teamwork graph that maps work types and relationships. LLMs generate responses by predicting the most probable next word based on your activity data. While the concept of LLMs has been around for decades, their advanced forms have gained significant attention recently, transitioning from back-end processes to essential tools for business users. I understand that security is a top concern. Atlassian Intelligence, built in collaboration with OpenAI, uses internal models with robust security protocols. Your data stays within your system, respecting user permissions, and admins manage AI organization-wide. ISO certification is in progress. If you have any security questions, feel free to drop them in the comments or visit the website. What does this look like? Let's use RAG architecture as an example of an internal model. First, you prompt the system to perform a specific task. An agent then searches for relevant information in your knowledge base, much like looking for books in a library. In the Atlassian ecosystem, this knowledge base is Confluence. Next, the agent retrieves information from a pre-trained LLM. While the LLM itself remains unchanged once in place, the agent fine-tunes the responses. Think of this process like highlighting sentences in a book to construct an answer to your question. The concept of agents is important for understanding Rovo. Agents in apps like ChatGPT focus on the LLM and its connection to the internet as a knowledge base. However, nested within an ecosystem and with the addition of the teamwork graph, Rovo allows you to use, customize, and even create agents tailored to your business data and needs. I typically reserve ChatGPT for instances when I need to draw from external internet sources, use Copilot when I'm working on Microsoft 365 files for projects that don't involve task tracking, and rely on Bedrock when I need a specialized LLM. The difference between the standard AI features included in Premium and Enterprise Cloud and the Rovo product is that the standard AI optimizes internal workflows with features like Gen AI for content creation, contextual search, task automation using NLP, and virtual agents or chatbots. In contrast, Rovo acts like Atlassian's specialized ChatGPT. It offers deeper data integration and agents for complex decision-making. Rovo can connect with various external data sources like Google Drive and SharePoint, automate complex tasks, support diverse workflows, and provide extensive third-party app integrations, along with detailed knowledge cards for interactive data exploration. Here's a sampling of Rovo agents. Before making a purchase, consider how these agents can be used or customized to meet your specific needs, ensuring you gain maximum value. Think about how Rovo can solve a problem, accelerate a process, or replace existing customizations or plugins.
We're going to play a little bit of a comprehension game. It's called a Kahoot. Also, in latest ramblings, on Monday, the instructors and creators and I asked for some giveaways for our classes. And now it is Wednesday or Thursday in my land, and Atlassian has given us raffles that they're going to do. We don't even have to do anything. So just by attending, you guys are entered into a little bit of a raffle. So we'll see how that goes. But I was really excited about that. I was like, we just asked for that on Monday, and you guys already have it. All right, we're going to start playing. Let's see who the winner is. Do, 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 do. 3, 2, 1. 7 questions. What key function does Atlassian Intelligence serve in project management? What? You all got it right. Here's our scoreboard. Melanie's on the top. Way to hold it down. Women in tech. What security measures is highlighted regarding Atlassian Intelligence? All right. Again, maybe my questions are too easy. Your data remains in your system. That's the top. Oh, Sean and Tom are sneaking their way up. Next question. How do large language models generate responses? Is it magic? They've existed for over 75 years. Look, now we got some variability. They predict the most probable next word based on activity data. One of the things that interests me about LLMs is they're language models, and my master's is in linguistics, so I'm like, ooh, let me nerd out. Melanie is holding it down. Next question, which tools is used as a knowledge base in the Atlassian ecosystem? Whoa, you guys are answering really quickly. Everyone got it right. It is Confluence. So you can actually connect specific. My kids are 16 since 2020. They've trained me how to use a Kahoot effectively. I love it. I used to use a lot of Kahoots when I was a K through 12 educator. What is the role of of agents in Rovo? Getting a little tricky now. The right answer, they allow customization and creation of tools tailored to business needs. So there's a lot of, we call a lot of things an agent in Atlassian Intelligence. There is some differences between agents and bots. So if you got this wrong, that's my way of saying, don't feel bad, because we use the terms interchangeably when they actually perform different functions. Ooh, Sean is creeping up. All right, 2 more questions. What distinguishes Rovo from the standard AI features in Premium and Enterprise Cloud? So the distinguishing features between Atlassian Intelligence and Rovo, how they're described is also different depending on who you talk to. This is my special description of them. So Rovo does deeper integrations, and you could, before purchasing Rovo, what should you consider? One would think I would be rushing you all to go purchase Rovo. And how can it be used to user customized to meet your specific needs.
Next, we'll demonstrate a workflow that takes us from project creation to user support while sharpening our critical questioning skills. Critical questioning helps us gather specific information, and combined with critical thinking, these skills are essential in the age of AI. With nearly 20 features across 3 apps, we have a lot to cover. I encourage you to check out our course resources for step-by-step instructions and the option to personalize your learning experience by zooming in, pausing, and rewinding as needed. Please continue to share your questions in the chat. Afterward, we'll have breakout rooms focused on each app, allowing us to slow down and explore the details more deeply. As you navigate the Atlassian apps, look for the bolt icon indicating automation, the sparkler icon for generative AI, and the chevron icon for Rovo chat. If you don't see these icons but believe they should be present, it may be because AI isn't enabled for your access level or system. As these features continue to evolve, expect some changes. The goal is for all AI features to function consistently across apps, integrating AI into our workflows throughout the ecosystem. Gen AI navigation appears in 3 main ways: as an icon in a static toolbar, as a floating toolbar that appears when you hover over highlighted text, and via the / key. For full AI options, remember the pencil icon to enter edit mode. Whenever I start a new project, I begin by searching for any existing related documentation in Confluence. With AI search, you can ask specific questions or enter a topic, and it will provide answers along with the sources of that information. Don't forget to click the thumbs up or thumbs down icons to help improve the quality of the responses. Next, I schedule a meeting with key stakeholders to begin formulating the project plan. It's best to use a meeting app with recording capabilities. We have Loom available, but you could also use Zoom or Teams. During this meeting, critical questioning is essential for identifying and clarifying the key elements of the plan. The AI assistant in Loom can take meeting notes and document the next steps. I copy the meeting transcript directly into Confluence, where I can use AI to extract and refine the information into different formats, such as summaries, action items, and user stories. To enhance clarity, AI-powered definitions explain terms and acronyms. If the LLM recognizes a term, it will be highlighted with a rainbow underline. You can also create a glossary in Confluence for business-specific terms. By clicking the Summarize button, AI provides a quick overview. If you're satisfied with the summary, you can easily copy and paste it into your Confluence page. Click the pencil icon to enter edit mode. Then, highlight the text and prompt AI to list the decisions and action items. Through an iterative process, I prompt AI until I have a complete project plan. Atlassian Intelligence offers various predefined prompts, such as improve my writing or change the tone. You also have the option to write or ask anything. I'm going to provide a structured approach for custom AI prompting, also known as prompt engineering, to help you get the best responses from any generative AI. This is another form of critical questioning. Think of prompting AI like ordering at a restaurant. The clearer and more specific you are, the less likely you are to receive a surprise dish. You wouldn't just say food to a waiter and expect to be satisfied, right? Consider task context, example, persona, format, and tone. You don't always need all 6. Task clearly defines the action you want AI to perform. Use specific and direct action verbs such as create, summarize, suggest. Context provides the necessary background information relevant to the task. This helps the AI understand the scope and specifics of what you need. If possible, include an example to guide the AI on the expected outcome. This can be a template or a previous instance of a similar task. Persona helps specify the intended audience, or you can ask the AI to act a defined character. This ensures alignment with user needs. Describe the format in which you want the output. Include specific structures like table, lists, code, stories, and reports. Indicate the desired tone to match the communication style you want to convey. Let's discuss hallucinations, those moments when AI generates responses that don't quite make sense. If the AI hasn't encountered enough examples or lacks sufficient data, it may fill in the gaps with guesses. Noisy or dirty data indicates that the AI has learned from incorrect or irrelevant information, which can confuse it during response generation. A lack of context can lead to output that sounds convincing but isn't grounded in reality. If the AI isn't given clear boundaries or restraints, it may overextend its imagination, creating content that's more fiction than fact. However, imagination can be beneficial in the right context. Consider harnessing these hallucinations when you need a creative solution or some out-of-the-box thinking. Head over to our Confluence whiteboard in the course resource for some practice. Throughout my projects, I use Confluence whiteboards to brainstorm, gather feedback, and diagram workflows. The ability to insert Jira tickets helps streamline programming logic. Numerous AI features are available, such as organizing boards, generating summaries, converting information into tickets, and updating existing tickets. In the project plan, highlight the text and prompt AI to suggest automations. Then use natural language to set them up. This helps minimize repetitive tasks. Prompt AI to suggest user stories based on meetings and documents. Once the stories are in Jira, AI can help refine them by filling in any missing information and ensuring a consistent format. Now we're moving into the development phase of the project. Use natural language to search for related issues. Quickly get an overview of a ticket by using AI to summarize the comments. Set up automations using natural language, just as we did in Confluence. Ask AI to define test plans for product updates. At this point, you might be concerned that AI will replace your role, but you'll find that even with AI handling many tasks, there's still plenty of work for you to do. Now you can focus on the work that matters. Lastly, use Rovo to draft your release notes. At any time, use the AI in Atlassian Analytics to analyze and visualize the project's health. Now let's move on to Jira Service Management. Use AI to group and prioritize alerts. For answering Tier 1 questions or supporting UAT testing, connect the AI chatbot or agent to a knowledge base, allowing users to receive immediate answers. With AI-powered sentiment analysis, make adjustments to enhance user satisfaction on Tier 2 and 3 support. You can even conduct AI-drafted post-incident reviews, which brings us to the end of our project workflow. But you can access even greater functionality with Rovo Chat. Find the icon in Confluence, Jira, and JSM. You can customize and create your own agent without any coding required. When collaborating with teams that use other apps like Google Docs or Microsoft 365, Rovo offers a browser extension that allows you to keep your agents. With predictive analytics, AI helps assess risks and optimize resource management by analyzing data for you. Automated task management streamlines workflows and keeps your team organized. AI communication tools enhance collaboration by providing real-time updates and handling routine questions, ensuring everyone stays on the same page. Real-time monitoring allows project managers to track progress instantly, making it easy to adjust as needed. Automated budget tracking helps manage costs efficiently, ensuring your projects stay within budget while still delivering high quality.
Any questions during that video? Anything that stood out to you? Anything that you were like, whoa, I didn't think that this was even possible just yet?
Got a comment, which is it's interesting how pervasive it is. So it looks like throughout Jira and Confluence and JSM, there are a lot of little things that will add up to a lot. So that's my takeaway at the moment.
Yeah, I was surprised. So every month when I update the course, I see what has come out of beta, and I try to make sure that everything is up to date with the late. And I was like, wow, in 3 months, we have added so many different little elements of AI in the workflow that it really does add up to taking a chunk of what I like to call my busy work, like work that I do that really doesn't get anything off my plate, but I have to do, like sending people reminders, like setting up things that really could be automations. It really takes all of that away. And then I can focus a lot more of my time on supporting the people that I work with for and with on my team. So it's interesting. Yeah, I like that as well. Any others? Can AI summarize the issue description? So the AI can summarize the comments And what it can do is if you've written in a user story or something in the ticket text and you want to improve that, you can go in and improve the writing. You can set up a, a standard kind of format for your user stories, but it doesn't really summarize. Like if you wrote a really, really long ticket, which I'm in documentation and training, I really don't suggest that because people just don't read anymore. Um, Maybe use that AI button to better phrase it in a more concise way, and then consider how you're documenting some of your workflows, if you're using the body of a ticket to do that. Is there a single format for release notes? This has been a pain point for our clients over the years, and they've always used third-party apps to solve the gap. So there is, and I haven't played with all of these features because there are really so many. But you can, it comes with kind of a standard. So it initially will give you, if you ask it, hey, give me some release notes. What it does is it goes across all your tickets and what you've marked as closed and complete, and then makes a summary. But I encourage you to provide feedback and to tweak these to meet your very specific business needs. So like if your client is looking for a very specific format to the release notes, train your AI and add information in there that gets it doing that consistently. And it takes a little tweaking. It won't do it perfectly the first time, but you'll get there. And you can create your custom Rovo agent and put that information in your Rovo agent in the format that you want it in. But right out of the box, it'll just give you kind of a basic thing. John Funk, do you have some documentation that walks through all of these things step by step? Good question. I love you, John. Yes, we have course resources that go through. If one of the instructors can drop that into the chat, it will walk you through this demo step by step. I also will put in a recording of this session so you can watch it again individually, and a copy of the presentation so you can get the individual videos and slow them down. And Sammy asks, when can we expect Rovo and AI course in Atlassian University? Very good question. I'm going to say give them some time. You have me. I do the course every month with amazing guests that come on and experts. But it's changing so quickly that we'll see. I have a hand raised. Lorenzo, do you have some insights for us? Please do. Feel free to contribute to this.
No, I don't. Actually, I have another question, but I figured it would be easier to ask it than type it.
Yes,
Um,
please do.
so over the years, and I think it's, kind of common knowledge, as a consultant, you go in, you do an assessment for the client, and you make an effort to collect their requirements and how they operate. Once you have that information, you as the consultant kind of put together the strategy, the framework by which that customer can work within. Will Rovo be the same where we can take requirements and kind of how the business is functioning and provide them with like a set of Rovo commands that they can then use throughout their organization? So like create a Confluence page and say, hey, if you want these things that are common practices at our business, you can enter these commands into Rovo to get that information. Is that kind of how it can work?
So caution you on one. So you can do a lot with the system, but I want to caution you on having your clients in your system, or you would want to be in their system, their
Right.
system.
Yeah.
So
It
right,
would be their system.
it would be their system, and you can set it up for that. So like there's one use case where an organization that I work with has their own Atlassian ecosystem, and they want external customers who are not in their instance, don't have any licenses, to want to start influencing and accessing their databases. And I was like, that's I want to caution people when they start trying to get external customers on it. But if you're in their system or they're in yours and you all work within the ecosystem, you can set it up through just basic Atlassian Intelligence. And then if you want to design some custom agents. So I like to think of my custom agents as like your custom chat GPT for the ecosystem. So use it like you would chat GPT in, in case anyone's not familiar, you can make some custom chat GPTs to do very specific things and tasks. You could do the same thing with Rovo, and you can direct people to use certain Rovo agents to perform different tasks. So remind me of your use case again. It was with business user requirements. Were they checking on something?
Yeah. So, for example, when you go into a client, maybe they have some type of either internal requirements or audit requirements to pull reports of all the JIRA tickets closed in the last 90 days. And so, what we end up doing for them is we create them a filter, and we give them the basics, and then we kind of put together like a Confluence page saying, hey, you could change these parts of the filter to get your specific type of data. It sounds to me like Rovo, we could potentially give them commands that they would use to run throughout the organization to pull various reports, data, whatever, as well as set them up with the agents per their specs. So it sounds kind of like it's a two-tier thing where I go in, I talk to a customer, get their requirements, and then certain tasks I'll be able to say, hey, when you're interacting with Rovo, these are the types of commands you want to use to get the data you want, and then take it a step further and say, we are building these agents for you that can make these other areas easier.
Yeah, and when you build agents, so you can do it in two different, like what you said, tiers. So tier one would be use the AI. Instead of creating custom filters, now you can use natural language processing, literally just asking a question in JIRA to get the information that you want out of it. And then you can save that filter and share that filter with them. So the AI will help you create those filters. You don't have to really do much work. It's a very easy lift. And then what you can do is create these agents for them. So say that they have to create a custom report every month. You can get the Rovo agent to do that for you. And literally all they have to do is have a conversation with Rovo, and that information will come to them. They don't have to do anything really complex, no coding involved. They just literally ask, can you give me this report? And as long as the agent is set up appropriately, like correctly, it will just give them that information. There's also a little lesser known feature, but so underutilized, is the AI in Atlassian Analytics. So you can customize all kinds of reports, all kinds of dashboards. Leland's with me on this one. He does data analytics and visualizations and dashboards. You can customize all your analytics using natural language and AI and create some what would take forever to build things in minutes. Like it really does speed up the time. But
Okay,
thank you for
yeah,
sharing that one.
that's
And
what I was after.
Lorenzo, one of the things that is really great with these agents is it's all based off of those knowledge base articles that you would be developing with and for them. So in terms of what you might want to hand to a client when it comes to, I go back to the idea of like those cheat sheets or those mini hotkeys that you might be able to put together. One of the great things about it is as the chatbots are developing and as these knowledge bases are developing, you can also, after everything is all said and done, have Atlassian, have Rovo spit out a list of commands that you have already custom built within your client system. So if you have already said, oh, within Atlassian, you press backspace to search this way, or you have a certain set of filters that the PMOs already know that they might need by searching by project, searching by date of creation, certain those types of searches, you can build that in. So as you've built it in, it'll hit the ground running as you're going through.
Yeah, it's great.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Another question out there: is there documentation on the difference between a virtual agent and Rovo. I did have a lot of great conversations in Team 24 Europe about how we need some clear definitions here as to help people really understand conceptually. And that's kind of why I've been very intentional about creating a video so that I can phrase things specifically to clear up some ambiguity. And then also we use the term virtual agent, agents a lot in describing things, but they're really different things in the world of AI. Like in the AI industry, agents are very specific things that do functions, but we're using the term agent in the last instance to describe everything. And that causes some ambiguity and some confusion. So the virtual agent, what we call the virtual agent in JSM, is a chat bot, like a bot, like a pre-programmed bot that you have that someone responds back in a chat. Agents in Rovo are more along the line of what an agent is in the AI industry. It's a small mini program that serves a specific function. When I describe the difference between Atlassian Intelligence and Rovo itself, Atlassian Intelligence is just that umbrella term that describes all the AI features. The standard, what comes with in Atlassian Intelligence is the Gen AI tools to summarize all of those different features and functions. Then think of Rovo as kind of like your chat GPT, and creating those custom agents, very similar to creating a custom chat GPT. We got to get into the breakout room so we can focus and dig a little deeper down. But you have access to the demos, and I'll show, let's see if my computer works properly. I will show you how literally to create an agent. Can you still see my screen? So you can create agents
We can see it.
in all of the apps. So you're just looking for this little chat button here, and you click on it, and it pops up. I think patience is not my thing today. And here's your chat. So you can use it just now and type just about anything, and it'll give you a response. Or you can click your options here and say, I want to create my very own agent. Now, you can see up here our pre-existing agents. I apologize, in this demo site, they only gave us 3, but Atlassian has developed over 3,000 different agents. I don't know when they're going to release an agent package, but like they got a lot. So you can customize all of these and tweak them to do specific things. So you can edit these, or you can create one. So I'm going to create one. And what it does is leads you through different questions to ask what you really want your Rovo agent to do. So it starts asking you the questions. Here I'm help, and it's very similar to what ChatGPT does. I'm here to help you. Tell me what you'd like your agent to do. And then you write your description in here. And the more descriptive you can be, the better. But don't write 10 pages worth of information. You're going to want to chunk your information and feed it to the kind of wizard. Like the question, when it asks you a question, feed it a good chunk, put it in, it'll ask you a next question, then feed it the next chunk of what you want to do it. So you want to chunk the valuable information, and then you launch it. And once you launch it, like there will be a button here. It says you're done, you're ready to go. Once you launch it, test it, and then go back and fine tune it and tweak it so that it really does what you want it to do. And over time, you want to revisit your Rovo agents and update them. I do the same thing with my custom chat GPTs. Like when there's product updates, how the Rovo will function and how ChatGPT functions changes. So you need to go back in there and tweak them a bit. Lorenzo?
Super quick.
Go ahead.
Is this something that we should build in the sandbox first and then migrate it over, or can we go straight into like the production environment?
I would say you could develop your agents in a production environment, because it does ask you on whether or not you want to, like people won't know it exists unless you tell them it exists. So you don't have to be fearful that someone's going to use it and break something. what I do suggest creating or using in a sandbox environment is the automations. So AI has made automations really easy to make, but if you don't know how automations function, you can do some really wacky things. Like I've had people disappear tickets and I was like, how did you do that? What automation did you set up that disappeared all your tickets? So those I recommend setting up in a sandbox environment and testing and getting feedback on before running multiple, especially if it's a system-wide automation. But I think you're safe creating your agents. All right, we have 15 minutes left. We'll do 10 minutes of a breakout room. Our breakout rooms, like we do them by product. Hiran will be heading up Confluence. Leland has Jira, and Tom, what is going to head it up in JSM? Now, keep in mind that a lot of these tools are brand new. You have the demo site. Click around. If you didn't catch them in the chat, we'll throw them up there for you again. Have these conversations. Think about it. You may not come away with all the right answers. And let me tell you, it's so evolving that there's no such thing as all the right answers at this point. But draw on the knowledge, the collective knowledge. Filtering in, were there any interesting conversations? Anyone want to share something that they talked about in a breakout room? Things we talked about in our breakout room was prompting your agent in the creation process to get the information that you're looking for. So if you, just like that prompt engineering structure that I sent to everybody in that video, consider the final output. Like, what do you want your agent to do? Like, what do you want them to receive at the end? Is it a table? Is it a chart? Do you want it to automatically do something in your system? And have that conversation with the creation wizard. Is that a better name for it? Have that conversation when you're creating it with the agent so that when you build it, the final result is more in line with your expectation. Anyone else have anything to share from their breakout room?
Oh, I was just going to share, we had some great insights and questions when it came to the filters and some of the things that you could ask the AI to look at, and how the natural language processing translates what we say into jQuery.
Yeah, I completely glossed over that too. Like all of these complex, it makes it more accessible to everybody. So Jira query language, complex, people would have to learn all kinds of things in order to make that magic happen. Now you just write them to this. Can Rovo give top 3 users of the system based on system users? There's all kinds of analytics features of use that you can pull data from within your systems. I can create an automation that alerts me of all of my Confluence pages that no one's looking at. I can create an automation to alert me on my most popular pages. You can do the same with Rovo. It's just more robust and it connects to external sources. So you can also, there might be some customization depending on the API. If it's an external, I do have to caveat that. Next question. I feel like the wizard is an old Windows executive term. It is. Melanie, I agree. I need options. Maybe I should ask AI. I'm talking about, like, does everybody know what I'm talking about when I talk about a wizard? So like when you create your Rovo agent and asks you questions and it leads you through that process, old school term, it was a wizard, like it would do that. I don't know what it is. Can we call it Harry? Like your Harry Potter version? I don't know. Does Rovo API exist? So Team 24 Europe, they kind of snuck in that they created this really robust API. And I'm like, wait, it connects with what? It does what? Whoever plays with it first, let me know how it goes. Because yes, there is an API out there that is supposed to be able to connect to all kinds of external sources to kind of consolidate the knowledge, which I'm all about knowledge and using it and leveraging it. So I'm not gonna put you on the spot, Tom and John. But like, if you do play with it, let me know how it goes. I want to know. Is it what it cracks out to be? Hey, Lorenzo, check it out. All right, we are 2 minutes over. Thank you all for coming. There is a AI badge. If one of the instructors can throw it out, a link in there. All you have to do is put a comment on the community board and you'll get an AI badge. There's also the gift card. I believe it's a gift card that they're doing a raffle for everyone who attended. So thank you all for attending. And I'll see you next time. I'll see you next month. Hopefully I'll feel a bit better. I'll see you then. Thank you for participating. Bye. And there it is. There's the link.
Thank you. Get well.
You
Thanks,
can go.
Valerie. Thanks, Leland. Thanks,
I'll
everybody.
see y'all later.
Thank
Thanks, everyone.
you. Take care, everyone. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye, Tom.